my top 5 Commander players that I think need to take a major leap in year 2 or next year for the Commanders to continue to grow and compete with the likes of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings and Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC. Number 5 would be Luke McCaffrey. Luke, where are you at, buddy? He's an undersized receiver, but he can man the slot. He did some good things in the kickoff return, punt return type area. But this guy has to emerge as a true weapon for Jayden Daniels. OZ's a free agent. De'Ami Brown's a free agent. Noah Brown's a free agent. Really, Luke and Terry are really the only 2 receivers on this roster at this time. So I imagine they're counting on Luke to take major step up from year 1 to year 2. And I think he can do it inside, working linebackers and working nickels. He's got the feet. He's got the quickness. He's got the elusiveness. He's got the hands. You know, he just got to get a little bit bigger, a little bit more confident, and Jayden's got to get him to rock. But he has to emerge as a much better, more productive player in year 2. The second player I picked is Marshon Lattimore. Now, he came in late at the trade deadline, played through some injuries. I don't think he was really ever 100% healthy. So this offseason with the training camp, getting with the trainers with the Washington Commanders, getting him 100% healthy where he can truly match up against some of these number 1 receivers throughout the National Football League will be critical for the success of this defense moving forward, because now Sanders still can play outside. He can play inside. They can move him around a little bit and do different things, play single high. They don't have to play cover 2 and be scared to death of the deep ball. They have a good quality corner in Marshon Lattimore, a true number 1 corner. He's got to get better than he played, though, last year at the end of the year. And I believe it is because of the injury status. I don't think he was ever truly 100% healthy. 100% healthy Marshon Lattimore should provide a huge spark for the Washington Commander defense. My third player I picked is tight end Ben Sinnott. All right, this guy has got to start to step up a little bit. Zach Ertz is a free agent, getting a little bit older, so he's got to make sure he starts to slowly implement himself in that Zach Ertz role. That's why they drafted him, because he is a pretty good blocker. He's a pretty good receiver. He's got the traits to do a little bit of both. He can be an inline blocker. He can get open in space. He can run after the catch. He's got to become more productive in his second year. Now they knows the system. Cliff Kingsbury might get him out there a little more often, but he's got to be a guy that slowly starts to plant himself as a true number 1 or number 2 tight end for this Washington Commander football team moving forward, because Zach Ertz's status is up in the air. I imagine they'll re-sign him for another 1-year deal, but you never know. There's a lot of teams lacking for tight ends around the NFL. Zach Ertz still can play. He proved that last year. So hopefully Washington gets Zach Ertz, and then Ben Sinnott emerges as a true number 2 tight end and can really provide some relief for Jayden Daniels in the short area part of the field and some run after the catch. My number 4 player is Johnny Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois. He showed flashes last year of being, wow, this guy's a special guy. He's got quickness. He's got strength. He does a pretty good job. This guy's a true 3 technique. He's got to emerge and produce more on the inside, getting more quarterback pressures and sacks. He only had 2 sacks last year, but I think you saw flashes of his athletic ability. And I think moving forward with Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen, maybe one of them gets moved. I think Johnny Newton has to emerge as a true 3 technique type player, a disruptive 3 technique. He can really get pressure against these quarterbacks they got to face, because other than that, on the outside, we mentioned the limitations on the edge pressure. The interior pressure with Payne, Allen, and Newton has got to be really effective for the Commanders to have a chance. And my last pick for a guy who's going to really take a leap next year is, again, Jayden Daniels. I think that another year in the system after his rookie year, I don't expect the second year slump by any stretch. I expect him to just continue to get better and better. And that is scary because he was pretty damn good last year. I mean, really, really good. And if he continues to get better and studies Cliff offense, and Cliff and he continue to work hand in hand, coming up with a game plan, how to attack these defenses with his legs, with his arm, he's just going to get better and better, like I said. And they're going to add some pieces around him. They got to get some help for Terry McLaurin. We know that. We mentioned Luke McCaffrey's the only receiver on the roster, but we got to get some help for him on the outside. And then the running game, I expect to be a lot better, whether it's B-Rob or Austin Eckler, or maybe they get somebody in the draft, maybe a free agent back, somebody else that can provide a major spark out of the backfield to really help Jayden Daniels in the play action game. So Jayden Daniels will get better, and that is scary, very scary for the rest of the National Football League. Clean Pocket is sponsored by BetterHelp. Think about your favorite leaders, mentors, and idols. They don't have all the answers, but they do know when to ask questions or seek support from their community. I can remember back in 2008, I was coaching with my brother for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He got fired. I got fired. Then While I was working with the Arena League as a head coach, the Arena League folded. So not only did I get fired from my brother's job in Tampa Bay, the Arena League, who I worked for and played for, also folded. So I had to rely on family and other people that I grew up with just to talk to and have some support and try to figure out my next move with 2 young children. It's very important to have a support group, tight family people, friends that know you and what you like, and also what you need to do moving forward, and have the confidence in your abilities as well. So it's a very difficult situation you can run into, but having help other than yourself trying to figure it out, or somebody you can talk to and help along the way, is very, very important. BetterHelp can be that support system for you. BetterHelp is a fully online therapy service that serves over 5 million people worldwide. You can access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credited therapists with a wide range of specialties. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/pocket today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/pocket. I think Washington has to really address the key points that we mentioned for them to continue to compete with the hierarchy in the NFC, with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions, Minnesota, depending on who they get at quarterback, Tampa Bay, Atlanta's getting better. There's a lot of teams continue to get better and better. For them to continue to compete, they have to address those needs that we mentioned. And if they do that, then for sure they're a top 3 or 4 team in NFC moving forward. I think they're number 2 in the NFC East behind, obviously, Philadelphia. They already beat Detroit. We know that. But Detroit, when they get healthy on defense, they'll be a lot better. Green Bay is going to be better. Tampa Bay is going to be a little bit better. Baker Mayfield another year. So they're right up there. I think without a doubt, Washington will have the ability to compete with everybody, beat everybody, but they're going to have to play very good like they did last year, protect the football, stay away from the critical turnovers. And unfortunately, that did not happen in their loss to Philadelphia because of the turnovers and the penalties. So they have to play pretty good, but they have the ability to do that against anybody in the National Football League. They can't compete. They will compete, and they'll be very good against next year.
Spice up your sports viewing experience with the Underdog app. Underdog is the best place to play. Pick 'em on all of your favorite sports. Just choose higher or lower on your favorite players' stats, and you can join the millions of fans who have won billions of dollars on Underdog. What are you waiting for? Sign up now using promo code POCKET. That's POCKET, and you can get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Download the Underdog app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com to get started today.